Notice the separation of spirituality from religion. This separation, the religion, by religion is meant certain, religion is mostly based on faith, whereas spirituality is based on experience. May not be the highest transcendental experience, but experience of some kind or other. Younger generation, present day, younger people, they want some kind of experience. Spirituality is spreading everywhere. Another is the transformation, understanding of consciousness. One of the important the developments in recent years is the understanding of the importance of consciousness. Till recently, science and religion were at loggerheads, but now the whole thing has changed. Why? Because they have found the connecting link between science and religion through consciousness. This big consciousness, till now, recently it was the subject of study by psychologists or at most philosophers, but now even quantum physicists, because as many of you know about this, the recent understanding of quantum physics, what is known as the Copenhagen interpretation of atomic theory and all that. So the human person, observer, he also contributes to the understanding of the reality. So consciousness also has a part to play in total understanding of truth. So this understanding has made a change the attitude towards religion. And that is where, and consciousness is what the spirituality deals with consciousness. So transformation of human consciousness is the basic idea in the spirituality. And then lastly, the spirituality is also the common ground in all religions. Every religion has got a mystical aspect. Hindu religion is mainly mystical. Other religions also, Christian mysticism, highly advanced Christian mysticism that developed. Islamic mysticism, known as Sufism, is very much advanced. So when you come to mysticism, you find a lot of common ground. So harmony of religions is automatically it becomes a matter of fact when you come to spirituality. So spirituality, the rise of spirituality and the coming together of the rise of a new generation of enlightened youth. This is now going to be the future. There in the future you can see the harmony of religions will be a more acceptable and maybe a common as the present day the conflict and the misunderstanding about the religion. This is what we all hope, and thank you all for listening to my patiently. Thank you. Then lastly about the Parsi religion, Zoroastrian religion. Here I think all of you know, but just I would like to mention again the incident when the Parsis first came to Surat. The king of Surat they went to the king of Surat, and the king asked them, what you want? And the leader said, we want freedom to worship. He was granted. A place to worship, that also granted. Then the leader, he brought a bowl of milk and a little sugar, and then he dissolved the sugar in the milk, told the king, just as this sugar sweetens this milk, we Parsis will remain and live in India, in this country, and sweetening the lives of the people. So that way we can all the followers of all the religions can contribute, act as sweet sugar and sweeten the lives of the poor people and the people of this great country. Speaking of some of the brightest boys we get, highly qualified young techs, PhDs, MDs, MBBS, very bright and MCOM, chartered accountants, so many bright boys come to join the Ramakrishna order. I have been teaching them, but I found I have been teaching not only comparative religion, I teach them spiritual life, meditation, spiritual life, and various other subjects. I find especially talking about spiritual life already too late. It is difficult to change their minds. When they come, they already generally, we have got an age limit. Beyond 30, we don't take it. But by the time they come, the average age is about 23, 24. By the time they come, already their minds have been conditioned by many things. It is difficult now to counter their ideas and put the idea of spirit, Atman, spirituality and all that. Whereas if had it been done in childhood, you can try and find. You tell a child that you are divine. There is God within you. You are an angel. There is a light within you. You are not this. Your real nature is not that. And Swamiji said, Swamiji's ideal was the Queen Madalasa. The Queen Madalasa, she read in the Puranas. Madalasa used to rock her babies, her children. And while singing their cradle, they were rocking the cradle, she used to sing Tum Buddhosi, Chuddhosi, Niranjanosi, and then something else. I forget now. That is, you are the Atman. She brought up, I think, 5 children, I suppose. That number I don't remember. All of them later on gave up the life and world and then became recluses and sannyasis. The last son only, the husband intervened. Rikkidaja, I believe his name. The king intervened and told his wife, you have taught all the sons this way and they are gone. But let this one boy, we leave it. You teach him in the worldly life. So the mother, Madalasa, taught that boy the statecraft, how to rule the kingdom. But then finally, both mother and father, they renounced the world, they themselves took up vanaprastha. Before going, the mother gave the child, her son, one ring. In that ring, he told, you see, you rule the kingdom. But later on, after some years, when you feel discontent within, you open, there is a ring, I have kept one small piece of paper inside. So then you read it. So the son later on ruled the kingdom, and when finally he got Vairagya, then he remembered his mother's advice and opened, and he found the mother has written that your real nature is the Atman, and you are not this body. And then he understood, I have spent all my time like this, he renounced the world also. So anyway, the Swamiji's idea is, so Swamiji used to say, this idea of the Atman should be taught in childhood, in the cradle. He says, our children should suck it with their mother's milk. So that is the time, so the idea that is impracticable, this idea of morality, this reality orientation, I don't believe in it, and especially I am happy to know that Children's University, that may be the right place to teach about to give them the proper spiritual orientation. So this is value, before we talk about value orientation, we should give them reality orientation. This should be because we are not done it out of fear, and because we are following the Western system of education. So we go on talking about values. You can see now, because of children are still obedient to their parents, still traditions, for whole family traditions are strong. So if you talk about values, for about 10 years maybe it may succeed. But beyond that it will not. Because by that time our children would have been completely westernized, and their mind, especially the computer and information technology, is influencing them so much now, internet and all that. So it will be difficult to hold them to teach value education. So personality the development, that also, our idea of personality development, it should begin with the spirit first, and it should be based on the spirit. And this is what actually Swami Vivekananda wanted to introduce. So Swami Vivekananda, there are several other things to talk about Swamiji, but so already it is very late. I'm sorry for keeping you a bit late, and thank you for listening to me.